I'm very happy that I could come here to be with you. I desire to come. I should be here all the time. But my other duties don't allow me to do that. But whenever I come, I feel great joy to see you devotees who are trying to lead a spiritual life. The world is full of misery, full of suffering. And in this world of misery and suffering, if someone is struggling to reach the eternal peace which is within us all, that's a very work, or that's a very thing to be appreciated. In the Vivekachudamani says, Jantunang Narajanma Durlava. Among the created beings, this human birth is very precious. Why precious? Because this is the only body where we can just look around and say, who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? Where do we go after death? Where do we come from? What is the meaning of all these achievements, success, failures, fights, angers, frustrations? All these achievements, what does it mean ultimately? It means nothing. It ends in a 1.5 pound of ashes at the end. When you die, what they do? They put into the cremation. And it's only a few pounds of ashes. There's a big question. Only human being can put this question. We can question. We look at the vast sky, infinite stars and galaxies. Looking at that and looking at us, we question who is behind this? Who have created this? So that's a great, great advantage of this human birth. But having this human birth, how many people are interested to search for this question to solve? Where do I come from? Well, who is behind this creation? Why I am here struggling so much? Why I go to school, college, get education, and have so much of struggle to get a good degree, to get good money, to get a good job. And then afterwards, after a few years of all these achievements, and we find that it is all meaningless. Old age comes, disease comes, and then we look back. What did I do? How many people are looking at life in that perspective? We go in the flow of life. That's why we are unconsciously going. We do not know where we are. But still, human personality is God's grace, where God has given some understanding, intellect, mind, intellect, ego, and all these things given in such a way that we can try to find its source. And it has been found. The source has been found. The purpose of life has been realized, experienced. That's why the ancient sages declare again and again, Shrinnantu Vishwe Amritasya Putra Ajidhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahametang Purushang Mahantam Aditya Varnang Tamasa Parastat Tamevo Viditva Otimetumeti Nana Pantha Vidyate Ayonayo Nanya Pantha Vidyate Ayonayo. There is no other way. No Anna Pantha Vidyate. What? Sinnantu Vishwe is an open declaration that human birth has a purpose. Don't spoil your time, moment in all useless rubbish. It is a call. I have realized the truth. Srinnantu Vishya Aye Dhamani. Those who are living in this earth or in higher planes of consciousness, gods, angels, all of you listen, that I have realized the truth. And we are not ordinary people. We think that we are all ordinary. Yes, we are ordinary, very ordinary. When we look towards this little frame of body and mind. But when we look in a bigger perspective, who is in me, then we find that it is eternal, it is absolute bliss. That is, we are the children of immortal bliss. That is the Upanishadic sages are saying. Ye are the children of immortal bliss. Listen, listen. Ye have forgotten that identity. I have realized that truth. Only tam eva viditva amritattameti. You want to realize, you want to be immortal? Only the path of immortality is to know that truth which is behind you, behind me, behind everything. Behind the sun, moon, stars, galaxies, to the micro level, to the subatomic particle, to the absolute infinite. It's all pervaded one principle, and that is Amrita, nectar. That is absolute. That's birthless, deathless reality. And know that, then you can be immortal. Otherwise you are mortals. So this body is a blessing, God's blessings. And this is utilized in proper way. That is the call. That's Jantunang Narajanma Durlabha. And being that Narajanma, if one is sincere and cultivates some good, noble traits, renunciation, love, compassion, holiness, purity, all these noble characters, how to develop that and unfold the inner divinity, layer after layer after layer, it will go up, no? When we see the sky clouded, we all feel depressed. But when the sun cloud gradually disappears, we all find joy. The cloud is only covering. Our ignorance is covering. Our selfishness is covering us. I am this much. When I say I am this much, I am separate from you. When I say I am a spark of that infinite reality, then it is a huge, vast dimension of our reality opens up. And we are a part of it. We are a spark of it. And identify there in the infinite fire of light, infinite ocean of joy. Not separating from that. We separate out our life. That's a miserable living. Being in the human life, next song Shankara says, those who not Atma Mukto Jateta, those who do not do any jatna, care for Atma Mukti, for liberation of the own self from this little petty identity of I and me. So he Atmaha, that person is a suicidal person. He kills himself. We are all killing ourselves. Not knowing our vast identity, identifying only with this petty body-mind. My understanding, my knowledge, my education, my money, my home, my parent. No, there comes this knowing of who you are, what you are. And that is only possible in human birth. That's why Shankaracharya praises is that Brahma, and then says, Narajanma Durlabha tato viprata. Then you having born, viprata means the quality of a Brahmin. What is the quality of a Brahmin? The pure sattvika quality to develop. Not the rajas, not the tamas. Tamas and rajas veils the truth. It is a clouded sky. And sattva is like transparent. You can see a glass. Through the glass you can see in and out. Sattva quality is transparent. It shows God behind everyone. Rajas and tamas are what? It's clouded. It's stained glass. And stained glass, tamas is dark. Such a darkness, no light enters into the room. A dark room. And we are in dark room. We live in dark room sometimes. Sometimes little better. But we have to be sattviko. And you have to go beyond sattva. That is our divine nature. So slowly. So just we have our Holy Mother's birthday the other day, no? So we can think of Mother, how Mother become practical to know this viprata, to develop that Brahminic quality. What is Brahminic quality? Brahmin quality is those who want to know the divine or know God, those who want to dedicate their life for higher goals, make this higher goal of life as realization of God realization or self-realization. They are called Vipra or the Brahmin or the quality of a Brahmanhood. It is everyone, we are here. We are all brown. We are all Brahmins because we are seeking for God. So become Sattiko. That's why Holy Mother's beautiful words, no? Last word, or the last blessing of Holy Mother when she was departing from this body. So that was the last word. Ma, my child, Jodi Shanti Chao, if you want peace. Not the temporary peace. We know temporary peace. But not, he is not talking about that. Permanent peace, eternal peace. Jodi Shanti Chao Ma, my child, if you want eternal peace, karo dos dekho na. Don't see the fault with others. Fault finding is a tendency, natural tendency, because we are in that level of mind. It's not our fault. We are all pure. But mind plays the trick, and mind covers us with darkness, and that dark covering makes the life gloomy. And there comes selfishness, there comes own personal agendas, and then we behave differently. But we are not. We are eternally true. That truth. That's why Mother said, Karu dos dekho na, dos dekhbe nijer. Try to see your own fault. How can you find fault with others unless you see? You have so much in you, which is, I have so much in my garbage here, in my heart. And I want to see your fault. There is so much to be done. It takes lifetime. Or look at the monks and sages and saints of the whole life they are struggling. What? Struggling to purify the mind. Chaitanya said, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. The marjan means white. Cheto Darpan, the Darpan, the mirror. Mirror of the Cheto, that's your mind. Mirror of the mind is to be cleaned and washed constantly by holy name of God, by mantra, by prayer, by unselfishness, by anything that is noble, that is beyond the level of our pettiness. So Holy Mother says that দোষ দেখবে নিজের জগৎকে আপনার করে নিতে শেখো. That is the action. What action we should take? Try to make the whole world your own. What is that? To make the whole world your own? Yes, we see the defect, then you cannot love anyone. But if you see the goodness in that, you create your emotional connection with that person. No? It's in our day-to-day life. When we don't see fault with others, we make friendship with them. When we start, friendship goes away when we find the defects. It's not that everyone is perfect. No, that is not the point. But it is our attitude. And that Ramakrishna story is there. The one doctor, a patient came to a doctor from a village, from a different village for a long distance. And when he came, doctor checked the patient in early days and then gave the medicine and other, but said that regarding your diet, what is making the sound? Can you reduce it? Reduce? Can you? Now it's okay, no? Then the doctor They say that come again tomorrow. I'll tell you about your diet. Medicine is given, diet. The poor guy went walking in a village 2-3 miles away and then came back next day again. And then only said, don't take molasses. Then he said, the doctor, why did you not say the same thing? Yesterday you could have told me. You have told me what the medicine I am to take and what is my problem you have diagnosed. You just to say that I have to go back and come back and again go back, no? So why did you do? Because I love molasses. In my office there were some molasses jars. So if I say don't take molasses, you will not believe me. That's why I have removed all the molasses from my office. Then now you will believe me that molasses is not good. So see how the Ramakrishna give this example, very small, light example, but so profound. The doctor is conscious that I like molasses, and that means people will think molasses is good, and Dr. Babu takes them, so it is better. But no, I have removed, and then you will be doubt-free. That means clearing his own conscience, the first thing. So if that is done, then that becomes more effective. So Holy Mother said, try to make the whole world your own. It's the highest Vedantic teaching. Our whole life is that. We say, Vedantic say, I am that. No? What does that mean? I am that means what? I am not the body. And we analyze why not the body. I am not the mind. Mind and all the vagaries for which you are proud sometimes. I am intelligent, I know this, I do that. I. So, to clean that, Aham Brahmasmi, I, not this petty I, but this big I which is standing behind me. Daniye acho tumi amar ganer opare. So you are standing behind my all music and life stories, no? That I which is standing here day and night, that I is same with the cosmic Brahman. So we have to go back to that, and Holy Mother's simple language that try to make the world your own. How shall I make it one? First he said, do not see fault, that is the way. And fault means ignorance, no? All our activities are going in ignorance. When we do wrong things, why? Because we are ignorant. When we understand, then we say, oh, I did a mistake, I won't do it again. No? But I am to understand that. Not intellectual understanding, but really deep understanding. So spiritual life starts here. That to try to see our own failures and faults inside. And like the doctor, don't talk about that outside to correct others unless this jar of molasses is removed from your office or your heart. So this is a great teaching. And then Holy Mother said, make the whole world your own. We are all connected one. You know, when you go to sleep, tell me, do you think you are Mr. Such and Such, Mrs. Such and Such, or I am an Indian, you are an American, you are Houstonian, you are a European. Do you make any distinction as such? Any distinction remains when you are all in deep sleep. Suppose 20 people are sleeping in the same room and everyone is in deep sleep. Do they say I am a man or a woman? Do anyone feel like that? Do they feel that it's good and bad? All are dropped because it is the vagaries of the mind is stopped. As a result, what is happening? The oneness comes there. We all feel we are, and we are in joy, we are in peace. Who does not feel joy in deep sleep? Tell me. We all feel joy because there the mind has stopped functioning. It is not knowledge, but it has gone to tiredness. Being tired, running, and it drops. That's the time of our deep sleep. So deep sleep state, we all become one every day. To understand that we are all one all the time, at least we can feel in that time when we go to deep sleep. We see in the waking state, you are separate, I am separate. But same if we are sleeping together, then we'll find that I am feeling joy, you are feeling joy, all are feeling joy because we are in deep sleep. So this deep sleep is a state where we can unite together. And suppose now it is happening unconsciously because mind is going to dullness. No, every day when you go to sleep, what happens? Our mind does not function anymore. Right? Mind functions up to dream. When you see dream, your mind is functioning. Your mind is creating the entire dream. But when you go beyond that state, the third stage, Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. Jagrat means the waking state. Swapna is the dream state. Susupti is the deep sleep state. Even every day we are experiencing. When we are in the deep sleep state, we have no separation between you and me. I am also in joy, you are also in joy. A cat, a dog. The whole world of animated universe finds joy. That's why you do one thing. You give good food, all pleasurable things to a person, only make him days that you cannot sleep. Keep him awake all the time. He will be mad after 2-3 days. Sleep is so much necessary. But what in the sleep, what happens? Spontaneously our mind gets tired and it drowns dead. Well, I slept tired and dead on the bed, no? So, but suppose if we not seeing, focusing outside, we are all clicking all the photos every day, click, 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 click. All the things of the outside. Now turn, take a little selfie, turn this way, and then try with the mind, help of the mind, go down and deep and deep and deep and deep. Then you forget these differences gradually, gradually. And that's the path of meditation. Why we need meditation? Upanishad talks about that. Te dhyana padang saivo ivate. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, these people in whom you find greatness, grandeur, love, compassion for all, these are the people, they have achieved it. Dhyana padang saivo ivate. They have achieved because they are meditators. What meditating? Meditating on my divine nature. Meditating on God, whom we call God. You call God, you call Allah, you call God, whatever name. You call Christ, you call Rama, you call Krishna. Or you call infinite Brahman. Focusing on that, when you focus your mind on that, and you drive mentally, consciously, meditation means conscious movement. That means when we sit for meditation, we doze off. That is not meditation. That is the obstacle of meditation. Two obstacles are meditation. One is you doze off, sleep, and another, you run here and there. Normally we do either of the two. But meditation will be, no. The vagaries of the mind will stop. Mind will move inward, not the body. You forget the time. What time you sat for meditation and how many minutes passed. You forget that. Forget the time. Forget the space where you are meditating. Are you meditating in this temple or in your room or in your in a isolated place? You forget about the space. And you forget that I am in, because of this, I did this and I sat for meditation. Forget the causation, the cause of it. So, when it is, three things are not there. Time, space and causation is dropped. You get such absorption inside. Mind is not sleeping. Mind is fully awake and is penetrating into the inner realm. One layer after another layer, body layer, then transcending to the energy level, to the mind level, to the intellect level, to the ego level. If one can go and see the shining divine entity behind, then you are an illumined person. You become a saint. What we gain by looking in the outside is meaningless. We spend the life. Like cats and dogs and animals, no? Jantu nam. That's why they compared jantu, jantu. Jantu means in Bengali or Sanskrit, jantu means animals. Animalistic life. Animals have no other power to do anything. They only eat the eatables. Like good example is the cows. What the cows do? Whole day, wherever they find grass or something eatable, eating, eating, eating. A few minute gap, they sit down and chew the cud. What has we have gathered? So one is tired and sit, we think of all the negativities here in this chewing the cud here. Huh? And then again, he's hungry, again goes grab something, again goes. Life is like that. That's why he called Jantu. But is there life for that? No. To know what we are. So that's the point called meditation. Takes us the inward journey to take a selfie and go concentratedly inside more and more and more and see the mind of joy, limitless joy, for which we are searching in the outside world like a poor beggar. Like a poor beggar, we are searching for joy, a drop of joy. But you know, this joy is temporary joy. Even if you get the joy, it brings suffering afterwards. That thing which brought you joy, that same thing brings you suffering. It is our life's experience. I can cite many examples. Jaha chai, taha bhul kore chai. Jaha pai, taha chai na. I don't want that. What I got. But I expected something. I don't get it. So this is the life's dilemma. But it has been solved by the sages, as I said, that, listen, I have realized there is a... Ramakrishna came in this state, no? He took the challenge of Vivekananda, young boy. He said, have you seen God? And what he said? Yes, I have seen God. How is that God? It's more tangible than I'm holding this hand pan. In early days, they used to use the hand pan for in the summer. So he says, as I'm holding the hand pan, as it is concrete, similar concrete is that. God is that. I have seen it. And I can show you. And Vivekananda challenged that. And Vivekananda, you all read the life of Vivekananda and Ramakrishna's story. And he gave him, by a touch, that experience. To prove, yes, it is there. It can be proven. And you can get it. But that is not enough. If someone gives us even a touch, that experience, that is nothing useful. You have to make it your own. That's why purification of the mind is necessary. Getting that revelation may be momentary experience. That Rabindranath Tagore, that's why he sang that song. Majhe majhe tabu dekha pai, চিরদিন কেন পাইনে মাঝে মাঝে তবু দেখা পাই কেন মেঘ আসে হৃদয় আকাশে তোমারে দেখিতে দেয় না. Why the cloud comes in between you and me and does not allow me to see your brilliant, bright, effulgent self, the joy, bliss, absolute. মাঝে মাঝে by a glimpse I say, I find a little glimpse of that realization. But why don't I get it all the time? That's why it is said, Kotha paba mi ato prem, where shall I get so much love for you, O Lord? Please help me. There comes surrender. So much to be done for our spiritual life. Very important point. How we are ignorant about this side. So much is there. Infinite joy, infinite bliss is there waiting for us. But we have no time to go there, no? And the cloud of ignorance, we have to fan it out. Tamasa quality should be raised to Rajasa, to Sattvika quality. And the transparent quality will come in such a way that we will see only the divine. Oye, see that Jagat, the whole world is upon means own. Even there is no two. And one, an absolute one. So this is the sadhana is necessary, that's why. Spiritual practice is necessary. Meditation is necessary. Self-introspection is necessary. And trying to improve our quality and character every day, more and more, more and more. People go to temple, people go to churches, and their character does not transform. That's why Swami Vivekananda, character building education, man making education. We are man in human form, but we are not man, really man. Yes, in Bengali it's called manush. Manush means manhush. Manush is equal to man plus hush. Man means weight, dignity. Amar man samman gelo. My man samman, that means my dignity, my fame is destroyed. Man, are you aware of your man? Hush means awareness. Are you aware? We are all human. Are you aware? What is my dignity? My dignity is divine. My dignity is infinite. My dignity is eternal bliss and joy. Or in devotional language, I'm a child of God. That's my dignity. So we should be proud of that. So that's why it said that to know the infinite wisdom is within ourselves. So it is jagatke apnar kore nite sekho. Try to make the world jagat, which appears to us as jagat. Why jagat? Jagat means gamdhatu, which moves on. In the world, in this dualistic world of our existence, everything is changing every split second. Every split second, you are not the same person 10 minutes before. Your body has changed. Your mind has changed. Your understanding is changing. Your personality is changing. So nothing steady. Only that reality which is unchanging, that we call God. That is the conscious entity. And there we are all one. So to do this spiritual practice is very important. And to do consciously whether I am improving or not. Make a check balance. You are investing your money. You never compare what you invested, how much you got it, what interest came. No? We don't do that. Foolish action, no? We say, hey, there is a higher investment. What we do? We draw the money from there, and invest in another place. Is it not? What we do? Practical life. Suppose you have some money and you have invested somewhere. If you are never careful about that, what is going on up and down, going on. But if you are watchful, you say, oh, there is a 6%. Here is a 4%. Oh, switch it. So we should also switch. We are in a low interest journey of life. We gain some name, fame, power, position, all this what we are is a low interest. There is a high interest investment. Our energy can be invested. Our mind can be invested. Our intellect can be invested in for higher approach of finding the higher interest, higher joy. And that is called God. So, to find the whole world one means to see God in everyone, to see Brahman in everyone. Because there is nothing but me. You go and sit before the ocean and see the infinite number of ripples, waves. All are different. But are not all of them water? They may be fighting with each other. Is it not the water fighting with water? They may be loving each other. Is it not water loving each other? This is similarly, it is the God. God playing with God. It's the divine. Ramakrishna used to see God everywhere, Mother everywhere. These are not stories. As from Upanishadic time till today, there is a, what you call the dhara, the tradition, and spiritual people have come again and again to revalidate this truth for us. So, our spiritual journey should be like this, that to turn our attention, we have to live in the world, we'll have to do our duties undoubtedly. But going through this, We should not spoil our energy, totally lost into world and worldliness. We must have to take the responsibility for our spiritual growth. The centers are made for that. The temple is made for that. Scriptures are made for that. Initiation is made for that. Japa is made for that. Dhyanam is made for that. To utilize and fulfill the meaningfulness of life, purposefulness of life. Life will go away. We cannot have no control. When I die, I do not know what moment is waiting. Who knows? Tomorrow morning, this moment, night. But the question is that, did we live a meaningful life? It is our responsibility, individual responsibility. The Upanishad says, if you have this, what a fortune, what blessedness that you have utilized your life for right purpose, to know your infinite glory of Atman, your own manhush, the weight, the dignity of your own self, that I am divine, I am pure, I am stainless, I am infinite. And in that infinity, it is all the ocean of joy. And everywhere to see that ocean, H2, H2, H2. As you can see H2 everywhere, so you see everywhere this name and form is only God, 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 God. What is that I? Not this I. This eye will only take a photographic picture. Every face, as you look. But there is something inner eye. That's why they call third eye. Third eye opens when? To the introspective person. So that's why meditation on our real nature or meditation in God is so important, that you don't fritter away your energy only in the world, only in useless thing. We spend hours together in newspaper. We spend enough time on TV. I am not saying that we should not, but I am saying, will we spend our whole energy, time, because I have some time, and use that way? Or shall I take a chunk of that time to find this inner reality which is here? At this point it is here. And how to tap that point and getting such instruction or following that instruction to make the life meaningful. And what a joy there, no? The joy, the Buddha. Buddha was a rich king. His father was king, no? And he was also prince. But the joy of princehood didn't give him enough joy. So he has to go for renouncing everything and diving deep into meditation. And when he meditated inside, he found his own real nature. What he has expressed or not, language, those are not important. But he found himself sunk into the bliss. And he is beaming with joy and blessings of the inner realm. It's called Buddha, awakened. Buddha is another name, is the awakened. Awakened means what? Awakened of what is inside. We are not awakened. We are awake means I am not sleeping. No, that is not the meaning of awakening. Awakened into your inner divinity. Awakening into your inner self. The birthless, deathless self. The absolute, that unchangeable, that impersonal and all-pervading reality. So, I think this is to be contemplated upon, because life is meaningful, life is very valuable. Even the billions of people, there are many people who have never any time to think about it. But you are all fortunate, you have that question, that you are here. But be up and doing more, so that you can find the real meaning of life. So that we all can be an example to the world, that living in the world, bearing on the load and responsibility of our life, we find some time out of it. And that frittering energy diverting into your inner self. And as your spiritual means, as you penetrate here, your transformation comes. Your attitude changes. Your way of walking, your way of talking, everything will be changed. A man of realization, that's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, the sthita prajnasya ka bhasa. What is the way these knowers of truth talks about? How they walk, how they eat. They also eat like us. Ramakrishna also ate like us, no? Is it not? Christ also in the land, when he was walking in the path of Jerusalem or giving the sermon in the mount, no? He's like a human being, the two eyes, nose, like us. But he was walking in the realm of inner joy, inner bliss. That purpose we should not miss. Rather, how to quickly regain our inner tranquility in this disturbed life situation. We should pay our attention to that. That's why try to do more of meditation, more of Thakur বলছেন sadhu sangha, holy company. Holy company, what is holy company? Talk about God. Question about ultimate truth. Even going to a holy man, if I don't talk about God, suppose, it is not holy company. You don't go to a sadhu to think about where you should invest your money. Then you will be in danger. Because he does not know anything, he has no money, and he is giving advice, okay. and also that is not sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha should be, you go to a sadhu, ask spiritual question. This is question which you do not know. You go to a doctor and don't talk about share market with the doctor. Rather you talk about your disease. And doctor will diagnose that and they'll put the medicine. And then take that. So these steps are there. So we should go to a holy company, as Ramakrishna said. Go to a person, holy person, because holy company, holy, that their holiness, because thinking of God. So how to extract in our life this spiritual wisdom in us, and there is a potentiality in us. Each soul is potentially divine. Swamiji says, it is there. We have the power to get it, but we don't want it. We know that healthy food is good, but I like ice cream. So ice cream when comes, I forget everything. And I think, okay, one day is no problem, okay. Every day is one day. So there should be the self-analysis. Is it making me spiritual? Is it making me a better person? Better loving, caring person? Is my character is transforming with this meditation, prayer? Otherwise, it is a blasphemy. It is posing. Christ said, don't pray like the publicans do. Publicans do what they used to do. They sit outside the temple and with a big rosary doing like that. Passers-by will think, oh my God, he's a holy man. He's on the rosary. He's taking God's name. No, go in silence. And God who lives in silence, he will hear you. Not to show your spirituality outside, but to be internally spiritual. But that does not mean that you will come to the temple and don't do meditation and rosary. But it is not showing. It's not spirituality. Showing is your ego. You are thinking, oh, who is looking at me? I remember one time, a story, that one time in Belur Math headquarters, we were young brahmacharis that time. And that time communist movement was going on, and it is really terrible days. So some people said that some communist leaders say we should bomb this temple, the Belur temple, and we will make it our party office. Create a party office. The sadhus are parasites. They are sitting on the here and eating good food. And so really when that open declaration came in a public meeting, so Belur Math authorities got really worried. So we, the brahmacharis, has been asked to be in the temple, every temple, so that if any such person is visible, to take some action so that it does not happen. So that time we used to see that there are some people who come and sit in the middle of the temple. And there is big lotus. You'll go to Belur Math, you'll find big lotus in the floor, floral slabs, and it is all costly. And he sits in the middle of that, look like that, and meditating. And so many people who are visitors, they are coming, seeing that they click, click photo, and he's seeing, oh, I'm meditating. Again seeing, again meditating. But he's seeing that how I am great and I'm being photographed by so many people. So it is you go to the zoo to be photographed. And it's this showing. Who is gaining by that? Okay. Even if they take a photograph, because they are honest people there, this person is meditating, and they like to keep a memory of them. But does it help any spiritually, that person who is sitting there and meditating, to show their how big guy is he that is meditating in the temple? So spirituality should not be show business. But that does not mean that you will go to the Belur Math and you will not repeat God's name. Not the point. But what is the attitude behind your action? So to filter our thoughts and to focus our life for inner development, we should have to make an effort. No? So that's why how to make the world your own means how to correct ourselves from our petty ego and how to expand it. Ego expands and expands. Then you become universal. Aham Brahmasmi. And that is Ma is saying, the following the path, that you can fritter away your energy looking at what is doing, who is doing what. But don't spoil that energy. Preserve that energy and focus it inside so that your inner life will be a blessings to you. Okay, so I can end here today. And if you have any question for 5 minutes, if you have any question.
About the first shloka of Srinanta Bhishi. Can you please explain the second shloka also?
What is that?
Ketu jagayam
Etas geyam
nityam
eva atma. Etas geyam. Etas means this. Geyam means the object of knowledge. Knowing this. Etas geyam. Nityam eva. Nityam means all the time. Eva, up. All the time, surely establishing yourself in this knowledge. Nityam eva. Then what is the next word? Atma sangastam. Etas geyam nityam eva atma sangastam nata param veditavyam hi kinchit. There remains nothing, nata param, beyond that, no, geyam. There is nothing to be known. You have known what is to be known. If you know this reality, etas geyam, nityam eva atma sangastam, you see that I know not intellectually, but in my heart of heart. Atma sangastam. In my own self, I feel that experience. Nata param gyatabam. And there is nothing more to be achieved. Always in the world of duality. We are a big scientist. You know so far, but you have to know so much. Brain scientists go to the top doctors. They say, we know only this much. So much is to be unknown. But if you know the norm, the truth within which you are talking about, your own divine self, nata param kinchit, veditavyam hi kinchit. There is nothing remains to be known. That's the eternal question. Is there anything knowing one? You know everything? That question in the Upanishad. And the response is that, yes, Agyane Sarvogyan. Knowing that one, your all wisdom is fulfilled. Because not that you will be a physicist. Ramakrishna was not a physicist. Or the top scientist in astronomy. But he knows the source of knowledge from which all these offshoots are coming. So you then feel that you are satisfied with the knowledge, absolute knowledge. Nothing remains to be known anymore. Knowing Him, you know everything. When you know God, there is nothing remains to be known. Nothing remains to be dissatisfied with. And you feel that you are your inner divinity all the time, but you forgot it. What a loss. Not knowing, we suffer so much. Now I understand. Rabindranath Tagore, I quote again and again this. এই জীবনের যত না দুয়ার ছিল, সব দ্বার খুলে তুমি দাঁড়ালে হেসে, চিনিনু আমারে অজর অমর ভূমা, অশেষ যখন তোমাতে মিলিনু এসে। এই জীবনের যত না দরজা দুয়ার ছিল, দুয়ার মিন্স ডোর, আইজ, ear, nose, tongue, touch. All this door, I was feeling the world only. But today, all these doors are open up. এই জীবনে যত না দুয়ার ছিল সব দ্বার দরজা খুলে তুমি দাঁড়ালে হেসে। I see you, your presence. To the eyes I see you. To the ear I hear you. To the fragrance I smell you. To the tongue I feel your taste. To the touch I feel your presence. And what is the end result of it? Chininu amare. Then I could understand. I used to know that I am a puny, tiny human personality. But today I came to know Chininu amare, ajaro, amaro, huma. I am birthless. I am deathless. Ajaro, amaro. Maron, mrityu, death. I am beyond death. Ajaro. I am no jara, no old age, not born. Ajaro, amaro, bhuma, the infinite. অশেষ যখন তোমাতে মিলিয়ে এসে, when I ultimately came back and touched you, O Lord, who is in my heart. So that is the experience will happen. Transformation will happen. Okay? Anything more? Okay. Then we'll see you tomorrow. In the evening we have some class, no?